So we're in LeRoy, Illinois today, and you may be wondering why we're shooting something in LeRoy, Illinois. Well, on July 8th through the 11th of this year, they're going to have the first ever Thunder on the Prairie motorcycle rally right here in Illinois. So we're out today just kind of looking around the area, trying to see what we can see and see what kind of attractions there are for you when you come into town. And we found one, and we're going to go talk to these owners right now. It's Guns and Glory, so come on with us. So this is Matt and Sharon Garvin, and they own Guns and Glory, which is a shop here in LeRoy, Illinois. And Matt, I wanted to ask you, how did you come up with the name Guns and Glory?
You know, years ago, I've always been into guns, and I've always been into God, I guess, from a young upbringing, and then I swayed for many years from that. You know, as a kid, it was church Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night, and of course then when I got out on my own, God's always been with me, obviously, but I didn't follow Him there as well. So, you know, you had that big lapse in there of that, and lots of bad things happen to you then through all them years when you ain't following well. So, but Guns of Glory, you know, I think back in about 2010-ish, a buddy of mine that I met had his FFL, and I started thinking that bad things were going to happen, kind of like Sandy Hook, and the things, what's going on now, are going to happen. So I started buying up a bunch more stuff, and then he was going to get out of having his FFL, so you know what, maybe I'll get my FFL. And it all started to get me and my buddies some discounts and stuff, just did it out of my house. So I think I got my FFL in 2013, and then it was just under my name. So then when I bought the other building, and after too many people were coming to the house, and I thought I'd turn it into somewhat of a business, what kind of name are we going to have? And then I always, for whatever reason, I had I'm going to have a gun and Bible shop. So I wanted to have a gun and Bible shop, and I said I want to be, for whatever reason, be controversial. So I said I'm not going to be happy until someday Megyn Kelly or Tucker Carlson's interviewing me outside.
And
you know,
you drew the short straw. You got me.
Right. Yeah. So
we're on our way.
Yeah. So it was coming up with the name, and honestly, the name came in a previous life, sitting in church, and I'd doodle and make pictures of a cross and pictures of a guns, and then somehow Guns and Glory, just the name kind of popped in. So that's kind of how the name started.
Awesome. Now, you're not originally from LeRoy, though.
No, I'm from, if somebody asked me where I'm from, I'd say Martinsville, Illinois, just because that's where I graduated high school. I grew up in Paris, Illinois.
Okay.
Then at 15 years old, we moved to Martinsville, and so that's where I graduated from high school. So
yeah, I graduated from here. This is where I would consider my hometown, even though I don't live here anymore. And Sharon, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Duluth, Minnesota.
Duluth, Minnesota.
Yeah, lots of long.
We won't hold that against you.
Well, thank you.
But now you lived here though for quite a while, haven't you, in Illinois?
Yeah, I lived in the Bloomington and Downs area, and
okay.
then Matt and I got married 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And we live nearby here, just a little bit out in the country. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. As I look around in here, what is your favorite gun in here right now?
if I have to I like them all, but if I just have to pick one, I'm a Colt guy and I'm a 1911 guy. So the old original 1914 dated Colt 1911 in that case over there, my favorite case would be, if I had to pick one that's my favorite, that would be it.
That would be it. Sharon, now, have you always been a gun lover
No.
until you were a Matt lover?
Exactly. Matt loving entailed a lot of gun loving. In fact, he told me right away when we first started dating, he's like, "Do you have your Floyd card? You better apply for that Floyd card." So, for me, I don't know. I like it. I like some of the Smith and Wesson. I like the M&P Easy. I think that's one of my favorite ones to handle in here. So it's a nice feeling gun.
But now on this side of the store, are there more things over here that interest you?
I would say probably the books are more interesting to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I I always have been the kind of person who loved to go into a Christian bookstore. So, and a lot of the books here are originally from Matt's dad's collection because his
really?
father was a minister at the end. So, yeah, we have got a lot of cool,
Mm-hmm.
different books here. So,
Do you have
yeah.
do you have a favorite over there?
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite. It's kind of hard. We have a lot of really good books from, like Corrie ten Boom, some of like,
Oh, really?
yeah, or Johnny, like we have some of the old biographies. I love those ones.
Mm-hmm.
To some of the other good books of some Chuck Swindoll books or
Okay.
some different ones over there.
You know, what I loved the first time we came in here was the fact that it was Guns and Glory, and obviously I was shopping on this side of the building, but then you turn around and I see, well, I need both of those swords, to defend my world, and so it was, to me, it was just like it was a perfect union in the business, but you also have another interest as well that I need to know a little bit more about, and that's your the food pantry. How did the food pantry start?
The Heart of Hope House started, probably 20 plus years ago. My father started it down in Southern Illinois, down in Allendale, Illinois.
Yeah.
And my dad was a Methodist preacher. He became a Methodist preacher, my father, God rest his soul, he always wanted to be his own business and this and that. He tried a couple different things and was taken advantage of because he was too trusting, which kind of made me become one that said, I'm never going to let that happen to me. So he failed at a couple businesses, I guess, and then he became a Methodist preacher, and so he started the food pantry down there, and that wasn't a business that made him no money. It cost him, but that became his passion.
Yeah.
So after him doing it for years, then they got in bed with Midwest Food Bank up here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was on their way, my house, which was south of town here, so we started another version of it, the Heart of Hope House 2. It started in my garage, actually, south of town, and we do it once a month, and that evolved into doing it in our next door building. And then the preacher at the time of the Baptist church just showed up in here and hit me up because he's seen an article about it in the paper saying, hey, would you like to do something with the Baptist church? I'm thinking, well, you guys got all this space over here. I can empty a building and rent it out and make money off of it then.
Yeah.
Sure, let's do something. And his name is Chris Baker, young guy, great preacher at the Baptist church. Since then, him and his family, and I hate it, but it was good for them and it was the right thing. They took a bigger church on up in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So they moved. So we moved it over to the Baptist church, the Heart of Hope House. So we are in conjunction with the Baptist church. So it's, the Baptist church don't bow their chest out over it, and the Garvin family doesn't.
Yeah.
It's the Heart of Hope House with the Baptist church, trying to do it the best way we can for the glory of God. So
What about, we got this rally coming, Thunder on the Prairie Rally in July 8th through the 11th. What if people wanted to do something that would bless the food bank? Is there a way that they could, when they're here, do something that would bless you guys as far as, do you need anything, or just, I don't know, we're just looking for any idea that they could do to help you guys out.
yeah, and I don't know if there's a perfect thing, anybody that, we get some people hit us up once in a while, hey, where do we make a donation to or anything, and I tell them to make it up at the Baptist church. If somebody was wanting to buy, typically we do 40-ish families a month. So that's always the number in my head of items, 40 items at least of each specific thing. So, if somebody wants to give 2 cans of cream of broccoli soup, we'll take them and put them in our miscellaneous area. But if it's like canned goods or donations like that, that'll last a little bit. Anybody can make any sort of donation of food if that's what they want to do or whatever. But if anything, I tell everybody to donate to the Baptist church, you know, that helps them cover, we got freezers and all that to help pay for that and everything. And other than that, it's either a non-perishable or, I mean, somebody can donate a side of beef, that's fine. We're the type of pantry that we'll take bulk items and we separate it all and rebag it, and most food pantries don't do that.
So you got the room for the storage, whereas other ones wouldn't have room for something like that.
Correct. And you know, our pantry was just this past Tuesday, and our giveaway, if you come to our giveaways, it's typically the first Tuesday of every month, if you take everything that we offer in our food line, you better have at least, let's just say 4 big Rubbermaid containers. We give away a lot of food. It's not just a couple Walmart sacks with a few canned goods and a box of cereal. So we give a lot of frozen items and produce and breads and different things. So, and that takes work.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you prior to the rally and ask about maybe if you have a specific gun, or if there's maybe some ammunition, if they're wanting to come down and pick it up, what's the best way to contact you? Is it on Facebook or?
The best way is probably just to call or text, or I do have a website and I got the Facebook page. Everybody can post through that, and I do my best to try to respond. But I'm old school Southern Illinois hillbilly. But you know, if you call or text is the best way. You know, I know some people want to do the Facebook thing, and they're the guns-glory.com website. They can send a thing through there, and it makes it to me.
Okay.
So I guess there's multiple ways, but the best way I would say use the phone number.
Okay. Perfect.